Hey, hi, Marissa. This is Grant Putnam here. I figured I'd send you a quick video so you can understand everything, all the changes that we made. All right, so the first thing we're thinking about was the trees. All right, this is your entertainment area here. Okay, and here, and then you're looking out this way. So we said, okay, let's put in taller trees here so we block the view when you're entertaining here over to the next door neighbor's house. Okay. Leave the hemlock trees starting at the corner of the driveway, leave those going down the driveway. Remove the one large shade tree that's kind of leaning towards your house, and obviously remove all of these trees going all the way down the side. Okay. And then install, once you get past that viewpoint, then install smaller 7 to 8 foot trees going down. Now, one thing that we might consider is putting a retaining wall up against the fence for these bigger trees so we get more height. All right. Even if you don't do a retaining wall, I do suggest adding a bunch of topsoil to create like almost like a berm. A berm is like basically a mounded dirt, so you can plant your trees on top, so you gain about another foot of height out of the trees. But alternatively, you could also put a 2.5 foot tall just boulder wall right along the neighbor's fence along your property line, so then this way the trees are planted higher and you get more immediate screening. So I'm going to list that as an option in my quote. Okay. So as we go to here, you have about a 14-inch drop from the pool coping down to the level of the lawn over here. All right. So by the time you end up over 14 feet, if you slope the ground 14, you have about a 3.5 inches of pitch so the water moves away from the pool. And then we would end up putting in actually a white granite curbing going through here, down through here, and going this way. Okay. And that's going to allow you to have like a level plateau around the pool, usable space, and allows you to have all the trees all look like they're approximately the same level. Okay, that's the idea. Now the other thing to point out is, because there's a 14-inch difference of grade and you're only sloping it roughly 3.5 inches, you still have 10.5 inches of slope. So my thinking is you still want to access the lawn. So rather than having one long step, a cost saver would be ending up just putting in 3 single steps, 6 foot long each. Same thing, granite steps, so they match the color of the granite curbing. The curbing, we would buy it roughly 17 inches tall. We'd end up burying around 7 inches of it in the cement bed so it doesn't shift or move over time. So I think that's your best move as far as getting the functionality, aesthetic, and also best value as far as cost goes. Okay. So let's see here. The next thing to talk about is, obviously we removed a lot of the stepping stones, specifically here and here, so you have more lawn. You could remove the stepping stones where my cursor is here, 1, 2, 3 places, and then leave that just lawn. The more I thought about it, I think because the grass is going to grow here, and you want to probably have the grass all growing at about the same level, so it doesn't look like you have two different products. So if you do sod here, I do sod all in here, and then do only the artificial turf just underneath the stairs. Just underneath the chairs. These 4 lounge chairs. Okay. So this way, if you have to move the chairs, it's not going to look funny where you have just dead grass. So that's the concept there. Okay. The biggest thing that I've been working on tonight was thinking about how you're going to have the patio slope in here so the water doesn't sit, because it can't be a perfectly flat area. Right now, from your pool coping, which is the level of the bluestone going around your pool, to this stepping stone where my cursor is almost perfectly level. So we have to slope it. It's 10 feet 6 inches. We have to slope it somewhere between 2 to 2.5 inches in either direction. And I bounced both ideas of whether we slope it towards the pool or away from the pool. The problem is, if we slope it away from the pool, there's 2 issues. One issue is that if we slope it away from the pool, then it's going to be sloping an opposite direction of this patio. This patio right now is sloping this direction where my finger is pointing. All right, so that means you're going to have two different slopes. One sloping this way, one sloping that way. I think that's going to look funny. So if we slope it towards the pool, okay, it'll be sloped the same direction as this patio. Put in a 1-inch perforated pipe just for drainage, so when the irrigation sprinklers go on, the water doesn't sit against the coping of the pool and it ends up outletting over behind the trees, okay? But when you do that, when you're sloping it that way, like I said, the level here is the same level as here, the stepping stone. We can't lift the grade up next to the house, so one obvious thing is, okay, let's just lift the grade up against the house so it all slopes this way. We can't do that because along the side of your house, you're going to notice that this is the current slope. Like I said, this level is the same level as your pool coping. And the problem is because they're the same level, we have to have it sloped. So again, this is going to come up. We can't lift this up because look, that's the same level as your garage. And look, you only have about 2 inches, 3 inches more space left in regards to before you come into your siding. So you can't put your dirt up against your siding. So the solution, which I came to, was we end up installing a Belgian block, curbing, going through here and going through here. And the concept would be then as you walk out your door of your house, you step on these two stones, the pitch is still sloping this way for this area in here. It's still sloping away from your house. You have another little drain, so it captures the water. Again, same thing, so you don't have any water sitting there. And then this Belgian block is here, which is basically a small step. So you're walking out of your house, the water's sloping away from your house. You step up roughly, 3 inches here, and then you're on another, what's going to look like a level plateau, but the water's going to be sloping this way, okay? Then at your driveway, we still need to maintain this all pitching this direction. So again, we have Belgian block next to the driveway, okay? And then by doing this, we can also keep all the plants level. So remember, the way to think about this is you want all these different planes or levels all go in the right direction. So this patio is pitching this direction, the pool is level, everything in here is pitching this direction, the fence is level, the plants are level. And that's why we have to put in these Belgian blocks to enable that, okay? So let's see, what else did I do here? So you have two options, like I said. You can put grass in here if you want to look like you have more green space, or you can fill this in with the same 2 foot by 2 foot bluestone or granite. If you go with the granite here, which I think is the right move, okay, you might also consider doing granite stepping stones versus bluestone stepping stones. One of the main reasons is it doesn't conduct as much heat. Bluestone gets super hot, so if you're walking around bare feet, it's almost unbearable to walk on it during the summer. So a lot of people will end up using granite as an alternative. I don't think it's a bad idea because you have this still big dominant area of bluestone with stone dust joint. This is going to be a different product, but you have the option again of using granite in here. Okay, if you go with granite, the footing has to be done a certain way, so this way it doesn't shift or crack. So I can explain that in person with you. Okay, so let's see here. As we look over this way, other changes that we made. You've got an existing boxwood here, another boxwood's here. I want to take that boxwood there and move it here to the corner. So you have only two boxwoods in the bed. And because this is more of a summer entertainment area, I said, you know what, let's add some color in here. So I've got the white hydrangeas blooming here. I said, let's match that and put it over here. These will grow about 4 feet tall, bloom all summer. Okay. Or you could do nepeta, you could do other types of perennials too that bloom for a long period, but I think that should be a color area. Okay, so that's an option. Then you've got the tall hydrangeas back here, which again will grow 7 to 8 feet tall. And then these are transplanted plants. To save on money, rather than having this all hedged out, I think it made more sense to put in the taxus just around the pool equipment. All right, so you use a lot less of them. And then just have grasses to fill in the area. Okay, so that was the other change we made for that area. And then to talk about where the sod would go. So I would say definitely obviously do sod here and here. sod in between all the joints except for under the chairs. Though under the chairs we could use the artificial turf. Okay. I would do sod in here because it's a small area and it's a hill. So because it's a hill and you don't want to have erosion issues, so sod that area in there. And then you have the option. We can see how big of a space this is and what the cost is, but you have an option either to sod or seed this. If you seed this during the summer, understand that it's not going to grow. So you're going to be dealing with